Is it true that Mr. Landlord himself, Jeffrey Taylor, actually says you're one of the best landlords in the country?
That's how he introduced me and wrote up a bio about me. Yeah.
And I know that one of the first times I saw you, actually, I think it was the Advanced Forum at the National Real Estate Summit. And then I saw you speaking for Jeffrey Taylor, Mr. Landlord. And Devin, you've been there. We've been down to Cabo with him a couple of times, did some of at least two of them in the States with him. Tell us, what do you think? What do you remember about Brad that our audience would like to hear?
Well, the one thing that I remember the most about Brad's speech was how he had me and a handful of other people go up to the front, stand on chairs, and yell, "Freedom!"
And that really is a thing for you, Brad. And that's really what we talk about. Who do you have to be and what do you have to do to have the freedom that you want in life? So tell us a little bit about how you got started, what you're doing now, and how that makes you more free.
Oh man, freedom is my thing. And what Devin just talked about is that um, there's a Mark Twain quote where he says that most men die at age 21, but they're not buried till they're 81. And somewhere along the line, as adults, we kind of lose our enthusiasm for the things that we do. And but you'll paint your face blue and white for the Colts, or cheer and do all kinds of crazy things for a sports team. Why not get so excited, the same excitement about your own freedom and your own business and your family? Oh my gosh,
I
let's get
completely
this thing
agree.
going.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
that's the same thing. People will spend 3 hours. We were just speaking to a group down in Columbus, and I talked to these guys. I said, how often, have you ever sat there and watched 3 hours of a football game? He says, yeah, every weekend. I
Mhm.
said, and have you ever sat down and talked about finances with an advisor or somebody like one of us for 3 hours? He's like, I haven't talked about that for 3 hours of my life. Said, and you wonder why you're getting more of what you're getting.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not the type to sit down and just, I don't like to talk about it. I like to do stuff. And
Exactly.
so my big thing is, hey, come on, put a little energy in your step. Let's liven this thing up again. Remember when you were a teenager, you had a little bit of fun, and you had a little excitement in your life. Life, jobs, kids have a hat. If you're not careful, they can drain you, and you'll
Mhm.
become just this blob. I like to
That's
say,
right.
but you've got to set some goals, and you've got to you just put them in front of you. That's one reason why I have that red Porsche behind me. That was one of my goals. I can explain how I got that car.
I
Um,
love red Porsches. I
uh-huh.
had one for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. If you have the money, why not?
Yeah. And then other people are like, oh, but when is enough enough? I don't know. Wait till you start looking at cars like that or a new airplane, and you're going to realize I need to buy more faster. So tell
Uh-huh.
us, you have collected a bunch of single family homes, is
Yeah.
more of what you like, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I told you I've got a good story on the first one that I bought.
Yeah, please tell us
It's
that.
kind of typical. Well, all right, let me take a step back, and that is, while I was away at college, somebody broke into our house. A junior high kid broke into our house, stole a fancy bicycle. My dad was into long touring biking, and he had this beautiful bike with gold pinstripes on it and stuff. Way back before people even knew what that was in the 70s. The kid lit a fire in our garage to cover his tracks, and our house burned down.
Oh,
Uh, Nobody was hurt. Everybody got out. I was away at college at the time. But with that, my dad got some insurance money. Well, here, let me take a step back. He needed a place for our family to live. So we spent the first couple of days in somebody's basement, and he was looking for a rental house, and there weren't very many rental houses available for a family of our size. And um, he said, "Wow, there's a shortage here. This must be a good business." Somewhere along the line, he picked up William Nickerson's book. I can't remember the exact title. It's How I Started with $1,000 and Became a Millionaire. And this book was written way back when. And it's very cool because I've got my dad's handwriting in the margins of that book. Um,
that is cool.
Yeah,
All
that
right,
was
let's take a real quick break. And you were just displaced because of a fire. You realized
yes.
it's very hard to find a large house to rent. And you saw an opportunity because there was a lack of supply in this town you lived in.